Howdy. Hope everybody is doing just fine today. Now, you may have noticed, some of you regular people on this channel, that my videos are kinda different right about now. I'm trying to move some videos over from one channel to the other, and then move them also onto BitChute, because things can happen real quickly. That's why they're slightly different videos and older videos, just so you know. And of course, a lot of us are still on this lockdown, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. They're talking about easing it. In fact, some people in this country I'm in are just going out anyway now. I guess they're getting really bored now. And over here, everybody's gone kind of praising the NHS and nurses, doctors, and all that. And to me, it's kind of like fake and being pushed. They have a time where everybody does clapping at a certain time everywhere to salute the NHS and the workers. And like I say, to me it feels very, very false, fake. Because if you think about it, these nurses and doctors and fire people who go and cut people out of cars and save people's lives in burning buildings, risking their own lives, the people on the coastal services that rescue people in the water are doing it every day. And have been for years. But all of a sudden they're special, and then in a little while they won't be again. But to me, they've been special all the time, and I don't need to be any more special than any other time. They've always been good, great people that saved lives. And I've just seen a news story about a nurse that was murdered, a female nurse, of course. And apparently there's a massive manhunt on the way to find out who did it. I don't think they can say manhunt, can they? Is that legal now? And of course the way they're pushing it is because she was a nurse. That's why there's a big massive manhunt. But to be honest, anybody who's been murdered, there should be a hunt for who did it. Doesn't matter who they are, everybody should be equal. And you've ever noticed that they always seem to pick the people or the females who are aesthetically fairly attractive. They never pick the ones that are not very attractive, because that doesn't push the narrative, does it? And I'm sure that in the space of a certain amount of time, many people have been murdered, male and female, and they all should be the same importance. Nobody should be more important than anybody else. And it seems to me over my time that the main thing that society has lost to each other is respect. I see it in older people, but I don't see it in the younger people. It doesn't matter if they're talking to somebody quite older than they are. They still don't show any respect. In my day, of course, older people were treated with respect. But it doesn't matter, because they don't treat each other with respect either. And they don't realize that their quality of life is very low, because it's all just superficial, materialistic, that all can be taken away in 5 minutes. And I've seemed to realize that, is the society that I'm in doing better or worse than I was a younger man? And I think it's doing worse. Sure, it appears better, there's more materialistic things around, but they're all in debt up to their eyeballs, and they're not really happy. And when I think back, I think we had more money than they do nowadays. More actual money, not credit. And you never know, we may even get to be able to go and see our families again, our friends again. But there will be people that are in power and don't want to let go of it. And we've seen that already, haven't we? It seems that the people who think they're elite can't stop lecturing us on what we should do, because they know best, of course. There is a saying that we used to have years ago: too many chiefs and not enough Indians. And you older people will know what I mean. We seem to have created a woke society of mainly sheep that is being controlled by an elite few. Utopia, it isn't. I wrote a letter to my local MP here about some matter, and surprisingly, they did get back to me. But when I saw on their email only use the pronouns he or she, I thought, I'm wasting my time here. because this person is obviously living in their own little bubble and will have no real grasp of the reality of real life in the real world. And that's why problems and situations don't get dealt with. They just get worse. Because people like that are more into virtual signaling than they are about dealing with the real problems. So let me know what it's like in your area at the moment. Is it getting better or worse? Because life is for living, not for just existing. There's a big difference, isn't there? Now here's something I'd like to ask you people out there, because definitely in the UK it's gone bad, and that's peanut butter. I can't get hold of any decent peanut butter here anymore. There used to be a peanut butter called Sunpat, which wasn't bad, but they ruined that 2 years ago. They're trying to make it, I guess, safer, and it's absolutely god-awful now. And I've had to go online and order Skippy peanut butter. And that's from Australia, but it's still very good and tastes like peanut butter. And another one I think is Squirrel, and I think you get that in Canada. So what do you people in America use for peanut butter? What's the best peanut butter there? I mean, apart from what they've done to peanut butter here, you can't even spread it on anything. It's so stodgy. But Skippy is nice, but it costs a lot of money. But I ordered some and I don't care. I gotta have my peanut butter fix. Toodly pip, old chap.